Now 4:30 on WKYT this morning. After being shot in the line of duty, Richmond police officer Daniel Ellis was laid to rest last night. See how the endless support continued from Richmond all the way to Adair County.
The support can also be seen in the city of Nicholasville today. Folks will gather and pay respects to a Jessamine County paramedic who died earlier this week.
And the man responsible for killing a bicyclist this summer will be facing a judge today, and we'll have details coming up.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT News and welcome in. It's great to have you along with us here on this Thursday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Let's get a look at what's happening with the weather with Micah.
And we still have a few showers over toward the east and southeast trying to roll on through, and those temperatures outside not really all that bad. So there's live sky camera. Here's your shot across First Alert Defender live radar. You can see those showers just trying to make their way on through. Look at these temperatures. Like I said, not that bad. So we're sitting there in the 50s and 60s, 68 right now in Monticello. No real cool blast coming in. It'll actually be right around average. So we'll be there in the upper 50s as that rain does move on out. I'll show you what's after today, though. That's when it gets really cold. That's coming up in a few minutes.
All right, it's good that system sort of lost its punch by the time it got here. In the news this morning, it was a day of tributes and goodbyes for a fallen hero. Family, friends, and police officers from all around Kentucky, and for that matter around the country, honored a Richmond police officer who was killed in the line of duty.
Funeral services were held in Richmond yesterday morning for 33-year-old officer Daniel Ellis. He died last week after being shot while investigating an attempted robbery. Thousands of people packed Alumni Coliseum for the funeral. Richmond Police Chief Larry Brock said Officer Ellis touched so many lives with his hard work and kindness.
The lives of his fellow officers and the lives of his family will never be the same again. Our collective grief is nearly inconsolable.
Well, Chief Brock also promised Officer Ellis's wife Katie and his 3-year-old son Luke that they would always have support from the police department. After the funeral, an honor guard carried Officer Ellis' body to a hearse as hundreds of first responders saluted.
Following the ceremony, a procession carrying Officer Ellis's body made its way from Richmond 100 miles away to the cemetery in Adair County. At one point, the procession stretched for 12 miles. It involved hundreds of police cars. Officer Don shot this video from Sky First as the procession went through the streets of Richmond. The burial service began just as the sun started to set in Adair County last night. WKYT's Monique Blair shows us the final salute as Officer Ellis was laid to rest.
The bagpipes echoed through the somber November night as Richmond police officer Daniel Neal Ellis's loved ones bid him a final farewell.
Every heart has been touched.
Following his funeral in Richmond, more than 400 vehicles drove the roughly 100-mile trip to Adair County for the burial ceremony. The compassion was shown by hundreds as the procession moved through several different counties.
Every overpass, every little community, every little grocery store, every house that was on the road this far away from Richmond wanted to show their support.
The tributes to Officer Daniel Ellis continued here at the cemetery in Adair County, where he was laid to rest. Officer Ellis had full honors at the burial ceremony. And from Alabama to New York, his brothers in blue came from all over to pay their respects.
Well, tomorrow we go right back to work, and it's another day, and they're still going to a community to serve. And they'll do it with Daniel's memory. They'll do it with a little guardian angel watching over him now. But Wednesday night, the focus was on remembering the man, a husband, a father, and a police officer who gave his life while protecting his community. Remembering him and saying goodbye.
Unit 457, Officer Daniel Ellis is 10-7. He has gone home. May he rest in peace.
In Adair County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Very touching tribute there. Well, thousands of people lined the procession route to show support for Officer Ellis's family and police officers. As the procession traveled through Richmond and by the Richmond Police Department, many people held out American flags as the motorcade passed. Supporters told us it was the least they could do.
I think just seeing people and that they care enough to do this, it just makes me, renews my hope, I guess, in mankind. And
well, in Berea, hundreds of people lined up around the exit 76 overpass on I-75 to salute Officer Ellis as that procession passed. In Mount Vernon, more than 800 students and teachers from Rockcastle County High School gathered outside the building to show their support as well. And if you would like to see more on yesterday's services for Officer Ellis, visit our website, WKYT.com.
Today, friends and family will begin saying goodbye to another fallen first responder, this time in Nicholasville. Jessamine County paramedic John Mackey died Monday, days after being hit by a car while on duty. Mackey's visitation will be held today from noon until 9. It will be at the Bethel Harvest Church in Nicholasville. His funeral will then be held tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. It will also be at the church.
A man charged in a deadly bicycle crash will be facing a judge for arraignment today. Jess Greathouse is charged with manslaughter, DUI, and leaving the scene of an accident. Police say he hit Marciano Pozos with his pickup while Pozos was riding his bike down Newtown Pike this summer. Pozos was killed in the crash. Investigators say Greathouse initially drove off but was shortly caught after.
The time this morning is 4:36 on WKYT, and new this morning, a man is behind bars after Berea police say he was caught purple-handed. According to the Richmond Register, police found 40-year-old Alden Sears with purple dye on his hands after several park statues in Berea were found covered in purple ink. City officials report the damage costs will be around $500. Police say Sears is also accused of shooting out windows of nearly a dozen businesses in the area with a BB gun. Sears is now facing multiple charges, including first-degree criminal mischief. He's being held in the Madison County Detention Center.
2 people now face charges after a police chase on Interstate 75. State police say it began in Richmond yesterday afternoon when an officer approached a suspect after receiving a drug complaint. Police say that suspect jumped into a waiting car and drove off. Police began chasing the car before using a tire deflation device to stop it along Interstate 75 in Lexington. They say the driver of the car, 21-year-old Princess Thomas, is charged with wanton endangerment and fleeing and evading. The passenger, 28-year-old Najee Appling, is charged with fleeing and evading. Police say an officer suffered minor injuries in the chase.
Governor-elect Matt Bevin has updated his transition website after people raised some questions. The website originally said that Bevin wants to hire people who, quote, share his traditional values. But after a reporter asked about the language, a spokesperson said the word traditional was changed to conservative. She said Governor-elect Bevin wants his administration to be inclusive and transparent. We have a link to that website, by the way, at WKYT.com.
Well, Kentucky lawmakers will consider a bill that would allow homeschooled students to play sports at public schools. It is named the Tim Tebow bill. Former NFL quarterback was a homeschool student who was able to play high school football. Lexington State Representative Stan Lee pre-filed the bill for the upcoming legislative session.
These parents pay the same taxes that everyone pays, even though they don't have children in the public school system.
The bill would also allow students at private schools who do not have a certain activity to participate in that activity at a public school. The Kentucky High School Athletic Association has not supported versions of this bill in the past, but the organization's commissioner plans to work with lawmakers on the new bill. Students at Midway University gathered to raise awareness for a special cause. As part of their One Night Without a Home event, students spent the night outside last night to raise attention about a major issue that affects many of our veterans, and that, of course, is homelessness. WKYT's Garrett Weimer spoke with students as they prepared to brave the weather overnight. He has the story from Woodford County.
It took a few cuts.
I am cutting out a door for this box.
And it took a few folds. Part of these students' experience of their night without a home.
Our slogan is that they're homeless, not hopeless.
They built a cardboard shanty town to sleep in, giving them a small taste of a big problem.
This is one of the many issues that we should be aware of and start having conversations around when we're talking about people in our great America that are homeless.
With the event on Veterans Day, students say it also shines a light on reality for far too many veterans.
There's so many homeless veterans that aren't even recognized. We would really like to just show our support for them and all that they've done to serve our country and our, everyone in our hometown. We just want to thank you all.
Bless the homeless this day and every day.
And as they prayed for the homeless and spend a night without shelter, it also shows just how much we all have to be thankful for.
How lucky you are and how thankful you are to have the things that you do have until you look at the biggest picture and see, these people don't have like their everyday needs.
After all, for these students, it's just one night without a home. In Midway, here at Weimar, WKYT.
And the overnight event wraps up this morning at 7 o'clock, so they still have a little more time to go, braving the elements out there.
It's pretty cool.
And feeling that which obviously veterans feel.
It's an important issue, yeah.
Time this morning on WKYT is 4:41, and we're just getting started. A lot more coming your way here on this Thursday.
A vast majority of college students are overwhelmed by all their responsibilities. Coming up, today's Mom's Everyday Minute features a panel discussion on helping raise responsible kids.
And we have the rain trying to move on out. Once that pushes on out, some pretty cold air filters on in. You won't really feel it today, but Friday and Saturday and Sunday, oh, you absolutely will. I'll show you that coming up next.